Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my channel. Inflation data came out today and it was really good, better than expected. In fact, this is going to have a big impact on property in 2024. So I'm going to talk about where inflation's ended up, why it's going to be a big difference to property owners, property investors. Even if you rent a property, it's going to have a big impact in 2024. And what the markets think, because more importantly, they've got trillions of dollars riding on what happens. So before we jump into this, as always, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification if you haven't done already. Let's hit 20,000 subscribers in the next few weeks. And make sure you smash the like button or tickle the like button. Do something. Don't be a Scrooge. It's Christmas, guys. So make sure, this is good news as well. So make sure that you smash that like button over there. That really helps us get more views on the content. So go and press it right now. So what's going on with inflation? Well, inflation has been going on for a while. And I recall when we were doing some quite a few projects and some conversions during the pandemic. The second year of it, we really started to get the builders and the contractors on site were talking about everything that's going up in costs, particularly at the time. They were all talking about timber, they were talking about plaster. Not only was it more expensive, it was hard to get. It was really, really difficult times. And so eventually that meant that all of us would start talking about it when we started seeing our food and our drink get more expensive. And inflation peaked at 11.1% in the UK, which is really, really high. Now, if you're on a lower income, that hits you disproportionately hard. If you're in debt, then potentially that's a good thing because the value of that debt is getting eroded. So I've got quite a few mortgages. So in that sense, that helps with that. But the problem we've got is that interest rates go up in order to counter inflation. It's very hard for governments to actually deal with inflation. And so interest rates is one of the only mechanisms that they've got in order to deal with that. So we have 14 consecutive increases and now we've had some pauses. And so what's going on now? Well, the data was saying that we were going to get 4.4% inflation for November. It's dropped down to 3.9%. And I want to do a little shout out for a site. I'm not affiliated or getting paid with this. I think one of you guys even told me about this in the comments. So I've been following this site called Trueflation. And you go on that site and it does updates on a daily basis on where inflation is sitting. And they've had that number for a while. For a few weeks, they've had that number. It's been a little lower, it's been a little higher, but on average, it's been around that number. So I think wherever they're getting their data from is pretty accurate. So if you want to see how inflation is doing on a weekly, daily, monthly, yearly basis, I'd recommend that you go and check that site out. It didn't cost any money, and it really gave me some good data. So I've been watching that site. And so they've been saying that this is where we'll end up. Now, the inflation today is the 2-year low, which is good. So we're moving in the right direction. Now, what does this mean? Are prices coming down? No, it doesn't mean that. A lot of people get confused about this. They feel that because inflation's dropping, prices are going down. They're not. They're just going up less fast, right? And so that's interesting to see what's going on here. So let's just say these are rough numbers. When it was at 11%, a pound, you need £1.11 to buy the same basket of goods. Since then, it's gone up again. You need around £1.15 to buy the same value of goods that you would have got before all of this started. And so this is interesting as well. The UK is finally not an outlier, meaning we were one of the highest, we had some of the highest inflation of the G7. Most people were getting it dealt with quicker than us. We're now in line with France, which is better, right? We don't want to be out there on our own at 6% that we were at a few months ago. So we're moving in the right direction. However, prices are still going up, just less quickly. And so we do need to get this dealt with. One of the things that is bringing down the costs significantly is petrol. On Monday, I was off. I took my little baby Amelie to Peppa Pig World in Southampton. You should go if you've never been, if you've got a little toddler. It's an amazing place. And I've got an electric car, so I don't notice this stuff as much. But my partner Katie and our eldest daughter George are in the car, and as we're driving down, they're like, oh, wow, the petrol's actually quite getting affordable. Finally, it was like £1.37 we saw at some places, when it was £1.50 odd around about a month ago. So interesting that the petrol is moving those costs down. That's an energy cost, and hopefully you'll see that in your home energy bills soon. Obviously that we need Ofgem to deal with that for us. So what else is going on? Well, food inflation over the last couple of years has been crazy high. And so while we had 11% peak of inflation, food, which hits poorer people more because a bigger chunk of their take-home pay goes on to food, that's gone up 27%. 27%. And that's really going to hit people, and that's not going to come down particularly quickly. Now, there are things that I think may lead into... I don't go shopping very much. I don't like going to the supermarket, but I did go there with Georgia yesterday, and we went and bought some alcohol and some bits for Christmas, and got all of that sorted. And I did see there's some cracking deals like that will hopefully feed into lower inflation. For example, if you need some Brussels sprouts, they're 15 pence there. I know Morrison's and other places do deals like that, and hopefully that brings the inflation down for people that need it most. What else is going down? Now, property is where we want to talk about. And what's interesting is now the markets are more solid on the fact that interest rates, they believe, will be cut by May. That's very, very good. Now, they've been talking about that, the financial markets. We felt that the markets were saying interest rates would drop or start to drop by May this year. And what we're seeing now is pretty much all economists and a lot of people believe that to be true. But more importantly, with this bigger than expected drop, what we're also seeing is that a lot of places now are saying that they feel that interest rates, 50% of analysts are saying that interest rates could drop by March, which is crazy good news because that wasn't being talked about. So that could be a very big win for people that are considering a remortgage. Now, should you wait? I don't know, because I don't know for certain. This is a 50-50 that the analysts think that this may happen. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that that's possible? Now we're seeing inflation start to creep down. Maybe this could happen. Irrelevant of that, what this probably means, if the markets feel that the rates could drop by March, I think you'll see the swap rate, which is the rate that the banks borrow for, which has been dropping over the last few days anyway, because of the holding and the pausing of the interest rates again. That means that I think you'll see swap rates go down again. I think you'll see some really good deals in January from lenders. Yesterday we did a video. Is the market going to give us a rate at 3.99%? A lot of people felt that it could in the comments. Some felt maybe not. I think this inflation data and the fact that the 50% of the market are pricing in for an interest rate drop by March, I think this makes that way more likely. That data wasn't available yesterday, so I couldn't talk about that in there. So let me know what you think about this. I think this is good, positive news. I think that as soon as this inflation drops to 2.5, 2.6, I think the news will be uninterested then. You'll see less coverage of it. Less people will be talking about it. That means that people that are sitting on the sidelines might finally start looking at properties. And so I think that will make a big difference. Let me know your thoughts and comments on today's data. I think it's good, but let me know what you think. Do smash the like button. Do share this video with other people. Let's bring some more people into our community. There's so many of you that comment on every single video. Thank you so much. I do really appreciate that. And I personally reply to every single comment. I'm a little behind because I've been off because both my daughters had their birthday this weekend, but I'll be caught up by the end of today. So do comment below. Do check out some more content on my channel, including this video right here.